Stay in touch with us on Facebook and Instagram at Unique Yet Connected.
You are now listening to episode 80 of Unique Yet Connected podcast. The theme for this episode is the invisible twin who hijacked your life.
What happens when two versions of you show up in the same room?
Welcome to Unique Yet Connected podcast. I'm Nolitha Fenton Itolokazi, the explorer of the unseen, the unheard, and the untold, the space holder, seeker, and sacred witness in the work of systemic family constellations.
This is where we explore the hidden patterns that shape our lives. I am Kinga, a facilitator and guide through the field, where unseen truths rise to the surface. Together, we walk the invisible terrain of the family soul, where the wisdom that speaks is, when the system reveals itself.
And Nick is on the other side of the virtual. Hello, Nick. Thank you for joining our movement of translating this wisdom of systemic family constellations into a practical language that all of us can easily understand and, most importantly, implement in our daily lives. Today, we unravel the mystery behind the question, what happens when two versions of you show up in the same room?
We titled this episode The Invisible Twin Who Hijacks Your Life. In a recent session, something strange happened. A woman showed up, but something felt off. 1 minute she was present, confident. The next, she completely shut down.
It was like she split in two. One part wanted to speak, the other looked like it didn't belong. It reminded me of moments in my own life where I felt hijacked by a version of me that I didn't recognize.
That moment in the field revealed something we often overlook. Sometimes you are not just carrying your story, you are standing in for someone who couldn't live theirs.
The session began normally, but this participant kept collapsing inward. She started speaking and suddenly looked lost, disconnected.
It became clear 2 versions of her appeared, one that was vibrant, one that was invisible. That is when the wisdom of the field spoke.
You are still listening to episode 80. The theme is The Invisible Twin Who Hijacked Your Life. Remember, when you comment, ask questions, like and share our content and links, you help us grow and change lives together. Like us on Facebook and on Instagram. Who are you carrying? Kinga asked.
That is when the story surfaced. A sibling that had died before they were born, a child never named, a lost twin. When a family doesn't acknowledge the ones who came before, someone else carries them.
She wasn't living her life. She was keeping someone else's memory alive.
This is what we call replacement children or entanglement. It is when you unconsciously step into someone else's fate.
And in many African families, especially, we don't talk about stillbirths or miscarriages, but they exist in the family system, silenced, unacknowledged.
And silence has weight. In the constellation, we placed in the field a representative for the lost sibling and a representative for the client. We use the field to describe the invisible knowing that arises in a constellation, where the wisdom that speaks is, when the system reveals itself.
And something incredible happened. The lost twin said, "This life isn't mine."
Then the client's participant stepped forward. For the first time, she took up space. Her body changed. Her breath deepened. Her eyes cleared.
I didn't know I could live for me.
This is why we do this work. Because when you return to yourself, your energy returns too.
You stop apologizing for being here. You stop splitting. You become whole.
Sometimes healing isn't about becoming someone new. It is about letting go of a life that never belonged to you.
If this episode stirred something in you, sit with it, voice note it, journal it, or just breathe with it. And also share and subscribe to help us steer more hearts into wholeness.
Thank you for your contribution in helping us to be chosen into the top 10 South Africa Family Podcast by FeedSpot. Join our monthly virtual connection circle every first Tuesday evening of the month. To receive your link, subscribe on our website www.uniqueyetconnected.com or check for updates on our socials at uniqueyetconnected.
In the next episode, we still share with you how the field reveals the roots, the repetition, and the release.
And along the way, we will guide you in understanding how this work can support your own healing. Because the field doesn't just know my story, it knows yours too.
So take a deep breath, open your heart, and join us as we share with you what the field knows.
Because sometimes what you're searching for isn't outside of you. It is waiting quietly in the field for you to remember. If you feel like you are experiencing limiting patterns or relationship issues and would like to have an individual session, book a family constellation session with us on our website www.uniqueyetconnected.com or on our socials, Facebook or Instagram. Our handle on both platforms is @uniqueyetconnected.
A big thank you to you for listening to our episode and to Nick Mons from That Guy Productions for making us sound fabulous and on point. Episode 81 is in 2 weeks' time from now. Tune in on the 5th of October 2025 from 10 a.m. South African Standard Time. For links and updates, stay tuned to our Facebook and Instagram pages at Unique Yet Connected. Unique spelled YOUNIQUE. Stay unique, stay connected, and remember, you are one of a kind and we can only create a really meaningful podcast together. Siyabulela, Kosonom, Bayadanki.
Thank you. Siyabulela. Kusanam.